World number 1 Dustin Johnson thinks next year's new Canadian Open date will make it a good tune-up for the US Open. I think it's a good date for the RBC Canadian Open. I think being the week before the US Open, a lot of guys like to play, Johnson said in a sit-down with TSN's Bob Weeks. After months of speculation and years of requests, the Canadian Open moved up earlier in the PGA calendar earlier this month from the week after the Open Championship to the week before the US Open. In 2019, the Canadian Open will be held from June 3 to June 9. Golf Canada Chief Executive Officer Lawrence Applebaum said at the time that it was a historic day for the tournament and for Canadian golf. I think it's a great date, and I think the field will definitely improve, but this year I think we've got a pretty good field, Johnson said. I'm really excited for the Canadian Open to get the date the week before the US Open. I think weeks before majors are a lot better than weeks after majors, 2010 US Open winner Graham McDowell said. Mostly guys are looking at major championships trying to get their game in shape. As for Johnson's game heading into Thursday's opening round at Glen Abbey in Oakville, he feels like he's in a good spot despite missing the cut last week at Carnoustie in what he called his worst week of the year. It wasn't even that I felt like I played bad, I just didn't score very well, Johnson said. But, you know, overall this year I've played well. I've had a lot of top 10s. I felt like I've put myself in position to win just about every tournament that I've played, and I just haven't played as well as I'd like to on the weekends. Johnson sits a close third in earnings so far this year, and has held on to the World No. 1 ranking for the last 71 weeks. But he said there's still some fine-tuning to do. You try to be a perfectionist. Obviously you're never going to perfect the game, no one ever has, no one ever will. But you know I try to practice perfect, but I understand that it's not ever going to be perfect. Johnson's struggles at Carnoustie last week were overshadowed by the resurgence of Tiger Woods, who led a major championship on a Sunday for the first time in 10 years. Johnson said at the moment it was enough to earn Woods a nod on the American Ryder Cup squad. As of right now, obviously the next few weeks will really tell a lot, but if he keeps playing solid and the way he is, then yeah, I don't see how you don't pick him. The World No. 1 set of Woods. Finally, there the matter of Johnson's father-in-law Wayne Gretzky. Johnson said that while having the great one in his family is normally a pretty big deal, it feels like an even bigger one while on Canada's lone PGA Tour stop. Just following sports period, you know who Wayne Gretzky is, Johnson said. Obviously I've really only seen him in the States, but the first couple times I came up here with him, yeah, it's pretty impressive. Coverage for the Canadian Open from Glen Abbey gets underway Thursday. Catch featured group action live at 7 a.m. at 4 a.m. PT on TSN 1, TSN 4 and on TSN 5.